Hey, Mark Rodriguez here, and you're watching the reviews Sanctum, where everything and anything may be reviewed. And today we're talking about Smile, the latest horror movie, and I do want to say that I'm going to try not to go too much into spoilers. I'm going to kind of stop at a certain point because like these kind of movies that have these kind of like, kind of like a mystery and how the things expand, it's kind of hard not to go too deep without just spoiling the whole movie. And of course the trailer also kind of spoiled a bit of it, so I'm not going to go too deep into spoilers. But either way, if you guys have not seen the movie yet, be warned, there will be some spoilers here and there. So basically the movie starts out with a therapist. Her name is Dr. Rose Cotton. And there's, you kind of see a bit of the patients that she deals with. There's a guy in particular that has some kind of, and this is like not related to the movie's theme, just, an example of a regular patient. And he always has like this fear of dying. So it's, oh my God, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, oh God, I'm going to die, oh, I'm going to die, that kind of stuff. So they're dealing with him. So she gets called in for another patient. Her name is Laura. And this woman actually witnessed her own, like, college professor just kill himself with a hammer in front of her. So of course she's pretty shaken up. So they're trying to see what's going on with her and everything. So they see her and she's very like, terrified and everything. And she explains that she sees like some kind of thing that is like following her. And it looks like random people that just, smile creepily at her. Like it's kind of stalking her, and she knows she's going to die soon and stuff like that. So, and she's trying to convince Rose that I'm not crazy, listen to me, this thing is after me, I'm serious, and that kind of stuff. Suddenly she starts flipping out. She's like, oh my God, it's here, oh my God, all that kind of stuff. Of course, Rose can't see anything. And she's freaking out. She falls to the floor. She starts like convulsing and choking or whatever. And Rose panics. Rose gets on the phone real quick and tries to call for help and stuff. And the girl suddenly, she's gone and she's standing in the corner. But now she's just standing still with a creepy, stiff smile. She's just looking straight at you. No reaction, no expression, just a creepy smile. And I think they had a glass of some flowers or whatever that broke during the commotion. So she has a piece of the glass and smiling and without moving or any infliction or anything whatsoever, she basically slits her throat, all slowly and gorily, and then she drops dead and stuff. And Rose calls help and everything. So it's pretty creepy that all that stuff happened. And then as the day progresses, I forgot if it was that day or the next day or something, but she goes to work and stuff, the stuff was weird, but she didn't think much of it. So she walks past the patient I mentioned earlier, his name is Carl, and he's doing the same thing. He has a creepy smile too, so he's kind of like, hey, whoa, wait a minute. So she goes back to see him, and the guy starts with the, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, but he suddenly stops and, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die, and that starts freaking her the fuck out, of course, because what the hell, So she calls people, the orderlies or whatever, they pin him down, but then when she turns, the guy was sleeping the whole time. He was just sleeping, and of course now he's flipping out because they're, these guys are just pinning him down for no reason, what the hell, and of course he's manic as is, so he's freaking out, and so there was no signs whatsoever that he was actually standing up like he was a moment ago, you know what I mean? So yeah, that gets very confusing. So as the movie goes on, yeah, she'll see more delusions. Random people will be smiling at her and stuff like that. Lots of hallucinations. She'll start flipping out and everything. And of course, to the regular people around her, she'll start looking more and more crazy while she's trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And she starts to investigate the case of Laura, because she was talking about this kind of stuff. Now it's happening to her. So she tries to investigate. And she has this cop friend. His name is Joel. It's kind of sort of implied that either they dated in the past, or maybe has a crush on her, doesn't let go because, she's already engaged to someone else. So, he still kind of likes her. I don't know. It's kind of implied they have a past there. So he's a cop. He has access to police reports and stuff like that. So he investigates that, that Laura saw her professor kill himself, but then when they look deeper, that same guy also complained of similar delusions before he killed himself, and he saw someone else kill, I think it was a woman, kill herself, and then that woman also saw someone else, it goes on and on. So it's kind of a pattern that every time like some person just suddenly, I guess, stops and has a creepy smile and kills himself in some sort of way, whoever witnesses that will now have the same shit happen to them. And then eventually when they also start, doing a creepy smile thing, now they'll pass it on to the next witness and stuff. So, Rose goes to like investigating what's going on, following leads. Of course, the closer she gets, the worse the delusions get and everything. That was the part where there was like a birthday party for her sister Holly, and while trying to relax and get her mind off it, she goes to a toy store. She buys herself, or for whole Holly's kid. I never knew what the kid's name was, but the kid looked like Ralphie from the Christmas Story. That's kind of funny. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but he looked like Ralphie. But anyway, she goes to the toy store, buys like a toy train for Holly's kid, and what can I say? The night before, the cat, they have a pet cat. The cat's just mysteriously missing. So when they go to the birthday party and stuff, the kid opens up, different presents or whatever. Oh, there's Aunt Rose's present. So he opens up Aunt Rose's present, and he pauses, and he's like, so everyone kind of pauses too, like, whoa, well, what's wrong, And he pulls out the dead cat, which of course the entity did that, not Rose. But of course everyone looks at her like, what the fuck, what kind of sick joke is this shit, And she's like, no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me, I swear I didn't do it, And while she's flipping out, there's a creepy smiling girl sitting amongst like the party people. He's like, it's right there. Don't you all see it? She's right there. Don't you see her? And like then you see like the view that the chair's empty the whole time. She's the only one seeing that. No one else sees her. The chair's empty. There's no one sitting there. And then like, oh my god, fucking jump scare. All of a sudden, bam! Girl smiling like right in your fucking face. Of course, it makes you scream as much as it makes Rose scream. Rose falls backwards through a glass table and gets all cut up and stuff. And, that just makes people think, again, that she's fucked up, that she's crazy, what the fuck is she doing, that kind of stuff. And, yeah, so that's as much as I'll go before, you have to find out, watch the movie to find out. But I gotta say, the movie's a very good movie. I've heard from other people that are more jaded than myself, because I don't really watch horror movies, but this one, like the plot, sounded very interesting. And I also wanted to kind of just go out and about, watch a movie. It was the only movie that I really was curious about and everything, so I checked it out. And yeah, people that are a bit more, I guess, jaded than I am, or a bit more, I guess, battle-hardened for horror movies than I am, yeah, they said there were still some good scares and everything, so even they got scared and everything. And what can I say, the overall movie has like a very good, creepy atmosphere. Like, you're on edge for the whole movie, because obviously it's a horror movie, you're expecting, scary shit to come at you, So the whole movie has this like tense feeling of anticipation. It's like there's, deadly silence, or there's like, just creepy music that amps up, that has like this weird kind of, I don't know, like some kind of vocal singing tone in the background behind it that makes it sound creepier, And anything could be creepy, like it's zooming on the fucking door or a phone or something, and it just makes you think, oh shit, something's gonna happen, And then like the door opens and nothing happens, just a regular whatever. But it's like it just keeps building up that when some like real shit happens, it just like, it just comes out of nowhere. And like that one scene, like, yeah, I was expecting, okay, the girl smiling, no one else sees her, the chair's empty, so that tells you that no one else sees her but Rose. But I was not expecting a fucking in-your-face jump scare, and holy, that got me. That got me. And I'm glad that the movie theater was kind of empty, because I was like, oh shit, oh damn, oh fuck, and that would have probably bothered everybody else. But I'm kind of curious what it would have been for a more, full audience. But everyone's probably watching like Black Adam or something like that. I don't know. The movie is a couple of weeks late. It came out somewhere near the end of September, I believe. But yeah, the movie was very well done. All the actors like felt believable. Like Rose did a very good job of playing a woman that's trying to keep it together while slowly breaking down with like desperation and sleep deprivation and just, and the whole thing where no one believes you. Everyone thinks you're crazy. You're like, I'm telling you I'm not crazy. All that kind of stuff. And yeah, it just gets intense. And everyone acted like in character, I should say. I didn't notice too many of, I didn't notice like the typical horror movie cliches where a person like purposely goes to a place where they shouldn't go, or is dumb to go there, or like let's split up, and stuff like that. Everyone played it very believable, and that also helped the movie a lot. Like the movie just felt more real. Like in my opinion, like for me, like horror movies and stuff, like the real scary ones are the ones that feel creepy and that feel like something that might happen, even though of course it's all supernatural stuff, but it just feels a bit more real. If you have a character, because this thing, you really don't see them, I think, or whatever, you don't really see this entity, I think, till the very end of the movie, because it's always like the form of some human or some person with the creepy smile and stuff like that. But when you have someone that's a bit more, I guess, recognizable and I guess marketable, like Freddy Krueger, Jason, Pennywise, like it's not that scary because you know they're not real and stuff like that. You know it's a character. It's easy to like focus your fears, but also like your logic because it's a character. But when it's something like this that feels way more eerily supernatural and kind of realistic, that's what really gets me. That's what feels more like creepy. That's like kind of like check around the house before you go to bed tonight. You know, you never know what's in there. You know, that kind of stuff. So it is kind of creepy. One thing I do want to say before I wrap up here, there was a scene where she had like this you know, security system and everything, you know, like it just triggers if someone is around the area or whatever. So suddenly, you know, it breaks the silence because again, you're on edge, and then the fucking alarm goes off and she freaks out. And yeah, so she shuts off the alarm because no one's around or whatever. She gets the phone call from the company, and it's like, you know, hi, you know, this is so-and-so security, you know, the alarm went off and all that stuff. Like, are you all right and whatever? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. And she's like, are you alone? And goes, yeah, there's no one here. Are you sure? And she's like, what? You know, are you sure you didn't let something in? And it's like creepy, you know? And it's like, turn around, Rose. And it's so creepy because it's like they're building up the anticipation, and she really doesn't want to turn around, and part of us don't want to turn around. We're bracing ourselves for a jump scare. And I mean, it still is kind of scary, but not what you're expecting. You're expecting, oh my god, jump scare, monster, demon, whatever, you know, a smiling person. But no, what she sees when she turns around is her phone. And her phone starts ringing again. Hello, this is the security system. And she notices that this whole time she was holding a phone, she was really holding nothing. Like that whole thing that played out was like a hallucination. She was standing away from the phone. She never actually picked it up. It's like, you know, and that's another thing about this creature. Like you don't know what's real and what's not, because like entire scenes play out. I'm not going to spoil too much, but entire scenes play out, and then you find out, oh shit, none of that happened. It was a hallucination the whole time. You know what I mean? So that's kind of crazy. And yeah. So overall, very good film. I do recommend checking it out if you're into horror and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a good movie. I liked it. Like I said, I don't go to see many horror movies, so this one did leave me kind of rattled until I had, you know, dinner. You kind of get your mind off or whatever. But for other people that are a bit more jaded, I have heard that they had a couple of good jumps here and there. You know what I mean? So if they get scared, I'm assuming some of you all are going to also jump and stuff like that. Now, the absolute last thing I want to say that is related to the movie, but not like the movie itself, and I didn't find out till later. Like around September, end of September, when they started like you know, advertising the movie, we had some late Major League Baseball games going on, and these guys, they had fucking paid actors planted like around the crowd, usually near the front seat so you could see them, and they were just fucking standing there with their creepy smile on their face and stuff. And I gotta give credit to these actors, because obviously a movie, you can cut, you can edit, but this is like live TV. You're watching your baseball game, and there's a random woman in the background just not moving at all, just smiling and stuff, and another guy with a beard just smiling or just whatever. And kudos to them for like, you know, not moving and shit, you know what I mean? And yeah, and that's creepy as all fuck, man. And I can say like, can you imagine like for someone that's real, even worse than me, someone even like real jittery, and you go see the movie and you're all shaken and rattled, and you're kind of like, okay, it's just a movie, it's not real, it's just a movie, just, you know, whatever. Okay, let me just relax and watch some baseball. Holy fucking shit, there's people smiling in the crowd. Oh my god, it's real. Oh my, you know. And the thing is, the rest of the crowd must have been paid to, or at least told not to respond, because everyone in the audience around them just like kept watching the game. You know what I mean? Like no one was like, dude, what's up with you? You know. So that was also kind of clever. So it's not so much just the paid actor smiling, Everyone else was either paid or I guess told to like ignore the person and just keep, you know, watching the game and act like you normally would watching a ball game instead of like reacting to like this person. So that also added to the creepiness that there's a smiling person, no one notices it. You watching TV notice, you're like, oh my god, this fucking shit is real. They're coming after me now. You know, that kind of crap. So kudos to them. You know, it's just pretty creepy. I like that kind of marketing. It's very, very clever. I wish I watched more baseball. I only remember that we're watching AEW Dynamite for a couple of weeks. They were advertising that movie anytime they could, but I wish I could. Oh, they should have done that during AEW. That would have been funny, seeing a random person smiling in the background while John Moxley is suplexing Jericho or whatever, you know. But yeah. But anyways, guys, Mark Rodriguez here. It's been a review, Sanctum. Overall, for me, it's a great movie. Check it out. Definitely check it out because the overall premise is just very different from the usual. It's more of a, I guess, like a psychological horror type thing. Paranoia, fears. Rose also has her own unresolved traumas that will be used against her and stuff like that. So yeah, so be sure to check it out. Mark Rodriguez here. This has been a review Sanctum where everything and anything may be reviewed. Catch you later, and hey, keep on smiling.